He was the first artist that I started working with. I was working with him at Mo Masters, and I did probably like 2 or 3 joints with him.
He ended up doing production work for one of my closer friends, my brother, Khalid, Kenny Marquise. Um, they worked on an EP together, an album EP maybe EP, Hercules, and Jules did production on there.
And working with Jules in the studio was different than working with other producers. He would really get involved with the creation of the music. He wouldn't just give you a beat, let you rap to it and kick back and observe. He was very involved with it. He was very instrumental in making the song what it came out to be. He was interested in it being the best possible project that it could be. I remember he would write hooks for the songs. He would sometimes write a rap. On one song, he even was singing on one of my tracks. But the thing about it was always a input from Jules that could make something greater. To not only make the song greater, but to show you the potential that you even have in yourself, pushing you to do more. And that's what Jules is all about, man. I mean, you think about this guy, man. This guy has his hands in all types of stuff. He produces music. I mean, the guy wrote a cookbook. He does motivational videos. He's a personal trainer. I mean, he does film and video. I mean, the guy does just about everything. But what ties all those things together that he does is his purpose to inspire you, his purpose to encourage you, to push you to a greater you, to a deeper understanding of who you are and what you can do. If you don't like what's going on in your life, if you don't like your current conditions, he'll tell you to change the way you think. What you think is what you see. So if you don't like what you see, change the way that you're thinking. And he stays on this. It's not like it's something that's cool to say or something that's like, oh, that was pretty wise, man. No, this guy stays on it. I mean, he has been on it since the first day I met him, and he's still on it to this day, like decades later. So that's who Jules is to me. He's an inspirer. He's a spiritual advisor. He's a teacher. He's a brother. He's a friend. He's all those things.
And I did probably like 2 or 3 joints with him at Mo Masters, and I think at the time he was living in Pontiac, so I didn't see him very often. So maybe a month or so later, I'm working at St. Andrews, about to work out at St. Andrews, but I'm leaving St. Andrews. We're about to go to the Mediterranean Cafe, and he got some tapes. I'm like, okay, what is this? He out selling tapes. He ended up giving me his tape, which I'm on there. It blew my mind. Like, man, we just recorded these songs a little bit ago, and now you putting out a tape. Like, at the point, like, I wasn't that cool with Five Ella at the time, and I wasn't there for the process of them recording their first project. So this was the first project that I was there for the whole process and saw how it happened. I think he went to disc makers to print it up. The main place, a majority of people was getting their tapes printed up, but it was mind blowing, and the tape was fire. Kenny Marquise, I got the tape still, but that's my guy, Kenny Marquise. And Kenny Marquise also, I said 2 names, Khalid, which is Kenny Marquise, and Khalid, which is Dub, Skinny Boy Graphics, Mario. So moving forward, I think I'm just going to use his name as Mario. But just know, Skinny Boy Graphics, Khalid, Dub, did I say Skinny Boy Graphics? Is all Mario. So Mario, he is good friends with Khalid. So they were friends. So from that point, I started working with Mario. Mario was in a group called Wheat Bread.
So Jules became a part of something that we were kind of was already established. I was working my way in, which was a group called Wheat Bread. Wheat Bread was, it's been through a few different phases, but Baten and T3 of Slum Village were originally in Wheat Bread. QD was originally in Wheat Bread. Wajid of Bling 47, his new imprint, Dirt Tech Rex. Did I say it right? I think. But he named the group, which I think was dope. Wheat Bread, Black Money, Wheat Bread. After the certain phases, it fizzled down to like a stage where I'm entering the group now, and at the same time, Jules is entering the group, which is awesome. Because right before Jules entered the group, we attempted a couple tries with Elzai was a part of the situation as well. We attempted a couple tries with just us experimenting and trying to do these beats. Like, we gotta make music, so we have to make beats. None of us were producers, but we're making beats. Then Jules comes in. What happened was I did a song called 10 to Midnight. And when I did that song, it involved me, Khalik, Kenny Marquise, and Mud of Five Ella. And we did this song 10 to Midnight. Jules came through with the beat. He did the hook. It was incredible. And at that point, it's like, yeah, Jules needs to do our production. He needs to be in this. And it made so much sense because organically, he fit in that, just of how we were with each other, like all of us. Brothers is what I'm speaking of, like a real brotherly type of acceptance to this group.
So at that point, is when I was introduced to Mud and Time of Five Ella and also started recording music. I think we had one session with quote unquote the Wheat Bread members, and then from there I ended up having a couple sessions with Five Ella, and then we did a couple songs, and I believe one or two of the songs made their next project. So this is and this is like the early stages of doing production. So from that point, Five Ella, I think they had to do Savior's Day at Savior's Day in Chicago. I went with them for that show, and we also ended up going to the Freaknik to handle some business as well. I think it was the last Freaknik. Awesome time. Just being able to fellowship on the back of hip hop traveling was awesome. And from there, after running with Five Ella, did a little production for the new now Wheat Bread, the production for Kenny Marquise. From that point, I started doing production for myself. Mainly just building up a catalog. So I'm in Mo Masters on a regular basis, building up a catalog. And then from there, I put together my first project, Conversation Piece, with members of Wheat Bread and non-members of Wheat Bread, Khalik, whoever was around, creating. They contributed to Conversation Piece, which is my first project, and it probably wouldn't have happened if I didn't meet Kenny Marquise, and if Kenny Marquise didn't show me that you can do this. Without telling me this, he said you can do this, and it's easy, just do it. And that is my attitude right now. I can do anything I want. Based off of that, like he gave me the fire and I took it and was gone. Like, you can do whatever. So from that point, I was putting out music on a regular basis. Did Conversation Piece, Pete Gang, another Conversation Piece. I formed a group with my homeboy Remember called Die, which was Wheat Bread had turned into the Dynasty. And then Remember wasn't fully a part of the Dynasty, but I think he wanted to be. I can't remember, but I think he wanted to be a part of the members, the Dynasty. He wasn't in there, but me and him formed a group called Die, and that was like part of it. Supposed to be like a portion of the Dynasty, and it was like hardcore hip hop joint. What else? Take It or Leave It, project that didn't get released, but it's out there somewhere. People keep hitting me up, giving me songs that I ain't heard in so long, but that Take It or Leave It, Guerrilla Music. Guerrilla Music is really not out there. That's one of my favorite projects. Pretty much, if I could say this, Mario was the A&R for pretty much all of those projects outside of my first project. He ended up stepping up as my A&R, introducing me to artists, solidifying the relationship. Like Mario was the glue in a lot of relationships. I mean, after the Mo Master era, I mean, we still going to Mo Master, but it's kind of the Mo Master era is ending.
From music, aside from the music part of things, there's other factors to our relationship, man, which is like really, really brotherhood, man, and he doesn't really know it, but mentorship, man. Well, he knows it because he's older than me, man. So he knew what he was molding, he knew what he was doing. But back when I was in high school, man, I've been doing design work all my life. So I kind of had a business when I was in high school, and that business would have been nothing if it wasn't for Jules showing me how to exploit it. So what happened was, during the summer times and stuff like that, while I'm trying to be a normal high school dude and chill and sleep in to 1 p.m., Jules was at my bedroom window outside of my house, knocking on the window, getting on my mom's nerves. So I'm like, damn, who's that? So Jules, wake up, we gotta make the donuts. Get up, we gotta make the donuts. Donuts. So I'm like, all right, I don't know if to make the donuts is, but let's do it. So I get up, get dressed, thinking we're about to just go make the donuts, make some money. First, we have to go to this high school and walk around, run around, jog around, whatever, the track, and get ourselves ready for the day, physically and mentally. So we would do that for however long until I was super tired. Jules was a fitness nut, and to this day, he's a personal trainer now. But yeah, we would do that, man, and then right after that, we would go to these businesses, these local businesses that I never even thought of trying to reach. And we would go in there, Jules would do all the talking. I'm just the guy who knows how to create a flyer or whatever I was doing at the time. And hey, how's it going? My name is this is my designer. Wonder if you guys have any need for any design work and this and that. And just like that, man. It's like, geez, this dude is like a different guy, man. Because growing up where I grew up, similar setting as a lot of us, you really don't have peers that are that concerned with your your evolution. You know what I mean? So to have that was so different because I'm used to kick dirt on you or, things like that, or be jealous of you or go against you in any kind of way. So to have that, man, forever thankful, that's a real premium guy, man. Yeah, man, he's awesome. He's awesome. Jules, baby. I would go and remove his tagline from all of his songs right now. He would hate me, man. But that's my guy. Yeah, man. It's late. I'm tired. but I know he's gonna kick back and have me do this again and add more stuff or whatever he's gonna do. So I'm just gonna wait for that, and then I'll see you guys on the flip side. Dose.
Production equipment started to become more affordable, so at that point I bought an MPC and started knocking out production, multiple beats every day, production. After I bought that MPC, me getting an MPC changed my life. I was able to actually create music every day when I wanted to, and pretty every day period. That's what I did. I'm making music or attempting to make music every day. And I had a crew to supply music, which was two of the members of Five Ella. Well, Dime, he was my housemate at the time. We used to live on Gunston and Dresden and Gunston. We lived in a house together, and I'm trying to make beats for them every day, if not for myself, but just be creative all the time. Mario ended up being over there. I think he got kicked out the house, and he came over, broke my dang on chair, my wicker chair, and laughed about it. I ain't forgot about that. He broke my wicker chair and laughed about it. But anyway.
I'm going through my teenage stuff at home. I don't want to be there. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing that. My mind is bigger than the world. Whatever, I'm being that person. So I leave the house. Jules is like, come stay with me. All right, sweet. So I go over there and we work. We working on music, man. That's what we do. We work on music day and night, man. Like, how many songs can we do a day? He taught me how to make beats, how to use the MPC. We became a lot closer, man. Jules is, I found out, how militant this dude is, man. How, not militant in a way where he's, like that, but just focused. The focus part, man, like incredible. The, I'm not gonna let this slide part. No matter what it is, man, if we're eating at a table as a family and, we get into whatever we get into, and it becomes a situation that's removing us from loving each other as brother and brother, that's something that can't wait. We need to stop that now. You know what I mean? So we would have we had a conversation room where we would just go kick it and air out whatever these differences were that didn't matter in the first place, which was a real dope thing. I thought that was super dope. And yeah, man, around that time, that's when we created the Dynasty, which was the same as Wheat Bread. We just, it just added Proof from Five Ella. It just added him into the situation.
He basically lived there, so the whole crew basically lived on the east side, where I was pretty much doing production every day and creating hot songs. It was just a production factory, a classic time in our lives.
So, like I said, so I stay over on Dresden sometimes, the couch with my friends and shit. Even though, sofa pads and shit, they would change because they was also the motherfucking meditation pads. They was always, used when I wasn't around, maybe for some other use, if you follow what the fuck I'm saying. So, yeah, I found myself on the couch quite a bit. Because there'd be a lot of traffic. A lot of people would come through on Dresden. It was like a center for the Dynasty, because that was like, I really wasn't focused on the music so much when I came in, but the Dynasty clique was already in place. That was something that was there. I'd be sitting out on the porch 2 hours waiting for motherfuckers to get home because I done got dropped off in Detroit. And my ride done left me there. And when they pull up with crates. Like, damn. Like, I would ask you what the fuck y'all been doing, but evidently, it's a lot of motherfucking records. Motherfuckers be snatching up crates out of the back of trunks or whatever. Especially them Volvos. wearing jeans and a Bobo was a motherfucker. You knew it was Jules because it was a Bobo coming. That's that shit. But Dresden was like that, so parked on the motherfucking couch one night on the pillows. Smell like incense and shit. So I'm trying to sleep because you don't get no sleep over in this motherfucker. Honestly, you don't. Because people doing shit all night. I mean, it's traffic, it's conversation, whatever. But I'm trying to sleep. But I keep hearing motherfucking music downstairs. It's Jules downstairs working in the lab. I'm trying to sleep. I'm in his house. I ain't finna be like, hey, can y'all cut that shit out? Y'all gotta turn it. So I'm laying there, but I'm trying to get past it because I can get past it sometime and just go to sleep. I'm trying, but I can't. But at the same time, I'm not really annoyed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get to sleep. It's a difference. So as I'm sitting there just soaking in what I keep hearing, it ain't escalated from what I heard at first to what I'm hearing now. I mean, he actually in the making of the beat. I'm hearing the whole conception of this motherfucker, right? I'm hearing this motherfucker, and it just sounds like something just right out the motherfucking 70s. Just, you know, something between like Funkadelics and Sly Stone. Like, it's like this melodic groove. I'm like, the fuck? And I'm like caught up in the motherfucker now because I done heard it. So I get this. You can hear that in the music, like, okay. I'm like, fuck it, I'm finna go downstairs. I'm like, Jules. That shit hard. That shit dope. I'm like, man, I can't sleep. All I hear is this. He like, do that shit again. Go back to that. Cause we ain't really sort through all the words right away. You just gotta catch that feel while that feel was there. Mo Master. That's where we went. That's when we really kind of more so got all the arrangement and everything settled. Yeah. I know I'm saying it again, but now I'm serious. I want your love, I need your touch all night.
Like I said, the first artist I worked with is Kenny Marquise, and then I ended up working with Five Ella, and then I also started creating a relationship with a guy named Philpot. Philpot, man, such a genuine guy. Man, he's just the coolest guy. I started doing some music with him, so I did a song. What our first song was Big Daddy in Your Life. Oh man, I ended up being on the hook on that one. It's like skinny niggas ain't treating you quite right. What up? You can't lay the pipe right. You need a big daddy in your life, like Bill Pod up in you through the night, right? It was kind of like a party song. Dun, dun. Niggas ain't treating you quite right. What up? You can't lay the pipe right. Need a big daddy in your life, like Bill Pod up in you through the night, right? Man, that was so much fun. I think the foundation of my music really was having fun, but just whatever. You know, I guess my thing was creating music that I like. And Philpot was another artist out of that group that we started to work together. So we did that on one project, and I believe on this next project I have multiple tunes. You know, there's so many stories that I can add. Yeah, there's so many stories I can add, but that was definitely a memorable time with Philpot as well. Rest in peace, Philpot.